Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my review, spoiler free, of Wonder Woman 1984. So, I'm going to keep this review spoiler free, unlike the review I did for Soul, simply because I want people to experience this movie without it being ruined for them. I do not want to spoil this film. And I'm not going to do multiple reviews, like where one's spoiler free, one's spoilery. If you want to know spoilery specific thoughts, you can private message me, like on Twitter or something. Feel free, but I'm going to keep this review specifically free of any major spoilers. I'll talk about stuff that was obviously shown in the trailers and whatnot and give my general thoughts on things, but without going into the specific details. So, Wonder Woman 1984 is the sequel to the 2017 live action film starring Gal Gadot. And I am I am a big DC fan, more so than Marvel. I've always liked DC better. I grew up with the likes of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, uh, and it's just like these for me are my superheroes. Other people have the likes of Iron Man and Captain America, but for me, it's all about the DC heroes. And I do like Marvel. Spider Man is awesome. I love Spider Man, but I'm just saying, overall, I prefer DC. And honestly, that kind of goes into the movies as well. While that may be an unpopular opinion, I've always preferred the DC films to the MCU ones. I actually love Suicide Squad. I love Batman v Superman. I love Justice League. They're great films. Yet other people disagree, and it's all opinion. So I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for disagreeing. I'm just going to say this is my view. But Wonder Woman was one of those that was pretty much universally loved. Everyone admitted that while the other films may not have been as good to them, Wonder Woman was good. um, and so I personally did like it as well, and I did think it was one of the better ones. And because of that, I was super excited for the sequel. The trailers, the promotional images and posters and stuff, I was really excited for this coming out. And I've heard mostly positive opinions, but there have been some negative opinions shared about the movie after its Christmas Day release um, on HBO Max and whatnot. I have seen some people talking negatively about it and saying it was bad. Personally, I'm with the other group. I think this was fantastic. In fact, not even that it was just good. I think that this was really damn good. Like top tier superhero movie good. Um so if you don't know, the general plot of Wonder Woman 84, which again, shown through the trailers and all, is that in the 80s, years and years, decades and decades after Steve Trevor's death in the first film, Diana is kind of continuing on, but kind of going through the motions when somehow Steve Trevor returns from the dead. Um, at the same time, she has to contend with two new enemies. This rich, kind of motivational seeming guy named Maxwell Lord, and the cheetah, who is not shown a lot of in the trailers, but is very much worth it when you get to that point in the film. I'll say that much. Um, this movie so lived up to the hype for me. Um, Diana's struggles in the film from the beginning to the end, all of the things she goes through are fantastic, and Gal Gadot performs it excellently. She really sells everything. The villains are fantastic, like really damn good. Like most people agreed that Ares in the first film was not as great as he could have been, which I'll even agree with. And I liked him. I like David Thewlis as Ares, but he could have been better. The villains in this are like 100% better in pretty much every way. Um, I won't say much about like how it goes exactly with Cheetah for spoiler reasons, but Kristen Wiig does a fantastic job, both as Barbara Ann Minerva pre-transformation, uh, during transformation, and even post. She's just great at all points in the film. Really sells the role excellently. And Pedro Pascal steals the show. Like his performance as Maxwell Lord steals the show, and that's with an already powerhouse cast. Like everyone else still does great. All the returning cast with Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, they do fantastic still. But Pedro Pascal, like holy crap, dude, he just really goes all in on it, and he's fantastic. Maxwell Lord's character is not what I thought it would be. I will say that I won't go into details, but he's not what I thought he would be, and I actually really like it, like very much so. Uh, and as is very clear in the trailers, he is the main villain, not Cheetah. The trailers made it very clear that Maxwell Lord is the main villain, and it very much shows that in the movie. You very much feel that. Um, but I still loved how Cheetah was done, um, and it was great. And the big fight scene between her and Diana was fantastic. It just really felt like a great conclusion to all of it. Um, the movie is pretty long. It's like 2.5 hours, I believe. Um, but it doesn't feel like it at all. It doesn't drag or anything. It actually went by really quickly. I was enjoying it the entire time. It's full of fun, just interesting scenes, a lot of great humor, a lot of great character moments. Um, and it kind of in a way almost reverses a lot from the first film. Like in the first film, you see that Diana's kind of like this fish out of water character, having to deal with leaving Themyscira for the first time in her life and going out into the wider world and being completely just overwhelmed with everything. In this way, it's the same with Steve Trevor in this film, being out of his own time and all. And again, I won't say like what the secret to that is, but it leads to some really funny moments where he's trying to figure everything out. You see some of them in the trailer, like with the art and everything. Um, but yeah, there's some side characters in it who are fun as well. None of them really stand out as much though. It definitely focuses much more heavily on the main characters, like without as much room for the side characters in this one, which I'm fine with. I think it handled it well still. The acting was great. The visual effects were fantastic. All in all, I was really impressed by this movie. I do not understand the points of the detractors at all, and honestly, I disagree with everything pretty much that I've seen them saying. The film, in my eyes, was a massive success, a massive hit, just insanely hype. And we now know that Wonder Woman 3 has been greenlit and that Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins are returning. So, yeah, more hype to look forward to in the future. Um, but tell me in the comments below what you thought of Wonder Woman 1984. If you disagreed with my views on it or whatever else, if you agreed, just what your thoughts are in general. And in the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.